It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, so we're going to hop right in here, and I want to welcome you to Grown Sexy Sistahs Talk. This is real conversations for real women about real life. So I do have a young lady on the line with us. Her name is Kadira, and she is one of our awesome meetup ladies. And so she wanted to kind of hop on and listen to what we were talking about and get a couple questions in. So I let her know that a little bit later, kind of like at the end, I'll let her kind of jump in there and ask some questions.
Okay.
So I'm so happy that you guys could join me. And so, Walter, I just want you to just give it to us straight. This is Grown Sexy Sistahs Talk is going to be about giving it to us straight, okay? So one of the main things is, you've had your business for about 13 years. And so I want you to just kind of jump in and tell us about your fitness business and what inspired you to become a fitness expert.
Well, the whole reason I got into this business was because of the death of my grandparents. My grandmother was 53 when she passed away. She had high blood pressure. She was a diabetic. She was obese. She ate very unhealthy. My grandfather passed away when he was age 48.
Wow.
He had a heart attack.
Wow.
He had high blood pressure. And because of the early deaths of my grandparents, I'm 47 now.
Right.
My grandfather was 48.
Okay.
Because they died early, I know I didn't want to die young.
Right.
And so that kind of put me on a mission to help others to not die so young, especially if it can be prevented. So that's what kind of motivated me to become a personal trainer and fitness consultant. Most of my family, most of the family members are also unhealthy and obese, and so I know I didn't want to be that way, and so that was what kind of inspired me. And so what happened over close to 20 years ago, I used to work for the Patent and Trademark Office. I always used to go to the gym, and so I would be down there breakfast, lunch, and dinner basically. And people would see me in the gym and they would start asking me for fitness advice. And so I would go do some research and I provide them with answers. And before I know it, those folks were getting in shape. I had one person lose 40 pounds, and then next thing I know was another person that was losing weight. And then I thought, maybe I need to make this a career. And that's kind of what led me down this road.
Okay.
Personal trainer, fitness consultant.
Okay, yeah, because you're 47 and I'm 45, okay? And so one of the things I noticed is that, it is really a challenge the older I get. Obviously, metabolism is slowing down, I'm not, doing the same things, and my body doesn't heal as quickly. And so I know, same thing as you, was like, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I really need to step it up. Like, I can't sit around and wait for these pounds to burn off the way they used to when I was younger, So it's really good that, you turned this passion of yours into a business because you could see a need for it.
Right.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So now, this is the burning question, okay? This is a question that we had this conversation beforehand, right? And I was shocked to hear the answers. So I would like for all the ladies to hear the answers to this too. So the question I asked Walter was, what are the top 3 excuses that you hear from Black women, and why? Why, and how did you counter those excuses? So what are the sisters saying about why they do not want to work out?
Okay. Well, first I'm gonna bring my wife and let her give her excuse that she gave me when we started training.
Okay, Cece. What excuses was you using, baby girl?
So tell them what your excuse was when I was trying to get you to train.
Well, the main one was my hair.
Girl, you don't want to mess up. Okay.
So I was like, I gotta save my hair. I can't be sweating it out.
Right. And listen, I have used that excuse a bunch of times too. Because listen, the hair appointments are expensive. Okay, I get it. Okay.
So I wound up buying Nicole Irene Parker's workout sweatband.
The Savior Do.
The Lord of Sweat. Yeah.
Okay. I have one of those too, girl, first like a charm. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So no,
Okay.
you're not done yet. And so then the second time, so when we started, when we first started dating, and she's like, I want to get in better shape.
Right.
So she's a busy professional, two
Okay.
boys. And so I said, Cece, you're going to have to work out early in the morning before work. Now, she's not an early in the morning person. And
Early
what
in the
did
morning. Okay.
I was like, I can't do it. The first couple of weeks, I was like, okay, I'll get up. The alarm would go off, and I'd be like, nah, I'm not getting up. The night before, every time I'd be like,
right?
yeah, I'm getting up. I'd be like, nah, you go ahead.
Right.
But once I did and I got in a routine, I felt like, okay, I can do this. It's not so bad. I have more energy, so.
Right. Okay. So you did it a couple days, and once you got over the little hump, of making yourself get up, then it became a routine, and you were more able to do it.
Exactly. It's just like getting up for work. It's a routine every morning. So setting your alarm and being accountable. So it helped me a lot.
And I think once she started to see the results also of going, that motivated her to continue getting up early in the morning.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I know when the pounds start falling off, girl, we be like, oh yeah, I look good, girl. I'm going to the gym.
I'm like, oh, I got muscles. You see my muscles?
I got the muscles. I'm ready to go, girl. So wait a minute. Let me ask this one.
Right.
So how long did it take for you to see results, right? Because some sisters think that they go to the gym one time and they going to lose 5 pounds the same day.
That was me. It took, I would say, about 6 weeks of being consistent to start to see something. And mainly I noticed like inches going away. So maybe the weight didn't fall off as fast, but the inches definitely did.
Right. And I think that's important too, because I know when I was working out, one of the things, that I learned was that I'm not necessarily going to see, instant gratification, but it's the fat is turning into muscle, right?
Exactly.
So, you might not feel all those pounds, but you're turning it over into muscle. Is that right, Walter?
That's correct. That's correct.
That's good stuff. All right, so that's 2. What was the third one?
So her 2 was her hair, and she didn't want to get up early.
Right.
So the common 3 that I hear, the first one is money, as far as, when folks want to train with me, it costs too much. So they don't make it a priority, but they don't realize all the money that they're spending on unhealthy food, medication, they spend a lot on, some name brand stuff, but when it comes to the health.
You mean red bottoms and Gucci bags?
All of that stuff. All that stuff.
Okay. We got to get it together, girls, because I'm glad you said that, because we will spend money on things that we think are a priority, okay? We will take a vacation. You see I got my little Bahamas in the background, right? We will take a vacation to the Bahamas with our girlfriends. That costs $2,000, but we want to get healthy, but we don't want to. So really, is it about we don't have the money, or is it about we don't realize that that's a priority over those other things?
It's not a priority because people have the money. Because I have different programs that's very affordable.
Of course.
Training can cost as low as $20 and as much as $100 a session. Depending on what you want. It can actually be as low as $15 if you buy on a package. But the one thing is that they don't make it a priority. So it's the number one excuse. The second excuse, what Cece mentioned, is the hair. The Black women, they don't want to mess up their hair.
Don't want to mess our hair up.
Right. And then the third thing is that some women feel like they got to get in shape before they actually come to me, which is weird.
Now, see, that right there, that was a shocker to me, because I don't understand. Wait. Well, hold up. Pump the brakes. Why do you feel like you got to get in shape before you get in shape?
Right. I think with women is in this embarrassment, they don't want to feel like, be embarrassed because they may feel so out of shape.
Of course.
And so they feel like they don't want to be embarrassed in front of the trainer.
Of course.
But I think that's the whole purpose of why you hire a personal trainer, to get you in shape.
To get you in shape and to hold you accountable. Need somebody to hold you accountable.
Exactly. And so I think some women don't want to be held accountable too.
Right.
So that's the 3. The money, the hair, and feel like they got to get in shape before they.
All right. Now that's really interesting. So now the reason why I asked about these top 3 excuses is because the next thing I want to talk about, real talk, is the state of our women's health right now. And so we already recognize what the excuses are. Okay, we laid them out on the table first and foremost, right? And so, you know, I laugh about it, we joke about it, but it, you know, when we say it out loud, it sounds silly, but these are the things that we are really allowing to keep us from being healthy. And as you stated in the beginning, we have aunties and sisters and moms and grandmothers who have died early because they didn't make their health a priority, or they didn't know, or they didn't go get those, you know, checkups with the doctor, or, you know, they didn't start medication for diabetes and things. So one of the things that I did is I like to do my research about stuff. So I researched the top leading causes of death for African-American women. Now, these statistics are as of 2015. And what I came up with, which I guess we already know because we see it in the news and all blogs and stuff like that, but the number one is heart disease. Okay, 23% of all Black females in 2015 died of heart disease. The number two is cancer, 22%. The number three is stroke, 6%, and diabetes was the number four. And rounding out the top five was Alzheimer's. So we know, I don't know, we can't do too much about Alzheimer's, but I definitely know the top four, heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes, are things that we can head off at the pass. Like these things are preventable in you know, per se. So talk to me about, you know, how can we make a difference with these things that we just listed, the heart disease, the cancer, stroke, diabetes? How can getting a healthier lifestyle help us with some of these diseases?
Well, I would say for African-American women, anybody, most of the folks who are getting these diseases, just like my grandparents, because they weren't active at all. They weren't active, and they weren't making an effort in trying to be healthy. Like in my book, which we'll talk about, the 85% healthy eating rule.
Right.
So yes. So I think people are not making an effort to practice healthy eating habits and not exercising at least 3 days a week at a minimum.
Right.
So living sedentary lifestyles. That's what's causing these, leading to these diseases, I would say. Because if they were active, you know, exercising at least 3 times a week and practicing some healthy eating habits, it would prevent a lot of these diseases.
Right. Okay. And I like that you said, you know, 3 times a week. Okay. There's 7 days in a week. Okay. 3 days a week. You know, these are things that we can be doing. However, we have to change our mindset, you know, around what are we going to do about it? You know, we as women, we are obviously really busy. We have all of these responsibilities. We have a million things that we have to do from the time we get up until the time we go to bed. Many of us are wives and we're mothers and we have full-time jobs. However, the most important thing that we have to realize is we have got to start taking care of ourselves, because we can't take care of the family if we're gone, right? If we pass away early and we're sick, we're stressed, we're broke down, depressed. All of these things are things that we can take care of if we lead a healthier lifestyle. And so I'm glad that you mentioned the book. The book is awesome. So I got the book. I ordered it on Amazon.
Awesome. Thank you.
I love this book, okay? I love the book. Let me tell you why I love the book. First of all, the book is short. I love that the book is short, okay? Because busy professionals do not have time to read a novel. All right. So it's short and to the point. I love it. I love that. But what I also love is that you cover every single thing that I could possibly have a question about in the book. And so you talk about, you know, you talk about your story and you give us some exercises. You talk about eating healthy 85% of the time, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But you talk about managing stress effectively, which I need to like copy and paste and highlight all up in that chapter, because that's the thing that I need some help with. But what I really like too is that you have some exercises in the book, and you talk about everything from like how to read a label on the food and you know, doing these chair exercises. I mean, this book is awesome. So we'll get to this in a little bit, but ladies, you have got to do yourself a favor and grab this little book. It's called The 4 Healthy Habits of the Highly Effective Busy Professional. And see, this is the you should be calling this the no excuses book. Because it's like, all right, you busy, okay, but you can do this at your chair in your office in 30 minutes while you're on your break, and you can get it there. So we're gonna get back to this, but I love this book, and my girlfriend's is already waiting, like, hey girl, can I get that book? So this is amazing. I love this book. So we're gonna get back to this, but now you have in here, we talked about the chair workouts and stuff like that. So how can we make small changes to our daily routine if we aren't able to commit large blocks of time?
Well, one of the simplest things you can do, I would recommend, is get a Fitbit.
Okay.
Because I already talked about, exercising 3 days a week. So you want to strive for 10,000 steps a day. At least with a Fitbit, for one, is going to give you motivation. Right. And then you can kind of see what you're doing, see how much activity you're doing. Because I think a lot of us underestimate what we're doing. Some of us think we're doing more than what we really are. Right. But if you get a Fitbit, and you get 10,000 steps in a day, that's 5 miles. Wow. And so with a Fitbit, if you just get up and walk around your office for some steps, and instead of taking the elevator, you take the stairs. Okay. Or you just walk to the bathroom a few more times than normal. That's a way to get up, and you'll be more aware of how active you are. So if you get a Fitbit, that's the one thing I would recommend, because that's cardio, and that's what a lot of us are missing. Okay. And the cool thing about Now, the cool thing about the Fitbit too, I don't know if a lot of people know, but I have some friends and one of my coworkers who had the Fitbit, and you can do through the app, like you can do like challenges with other people, like online, so you got some like 80-year-old granny, in Miami who's got her Fitbit on and she's doing it, and you can like do challenges. So that makes it fun too. Right. Yep. And we do that a lot. Cece and I do that a lot.
That's awesome. And I'm a competitive person. So look, right now I'm using my Samsung watch, but I'm going to have to get my Fitbit and put it back on so I can challenge y'all, because I am a competitive person too. Actually, I guess I should wait until my ankle was healed. But after my ankle is healed, it's on, okay? All right. All right. Yeah, so you have, I'm looking at your website. Your website is amazing. You do the corporate programs, which is great. A lot of organizations should catch on to the fact that healthier people are more productive. And so, helping the employees get healthy should be a number one priority for a lot of organizations. But you also have the virtual programs, and you have this amazing app. So at the end, you'll tell everybody how they can get the book and get the app and everything. You have your boot camps. You got the personal training, you got the virtual training. So you are making it very convenient for people to stop the excuses and get on a healthier lifestyle. So tell me real briefly about the fitness boot camp experience. What's that all about?
Well, the fitness boot camp, I'm going to let Cece chime in on this one. She was at boot camp this morning, and she can tell you what we did at boot camp. Okay. All right. Cece, the amazing wife, she's there helping everything along. I saw you on Instagram, girl.
Yes. So today was a little bit different from our normal boot camp on Sunday. It was a 2-hour boot camp. So it consisted of a circuit training where battle ropes, flipping tires, kettlebells, what else? We step up, and then at the end we had to do a 5K. So there was runners and then there was walkers, but we all completed a 5K. Yeah. So that was it was really nice. Okay, now let's break it down real quick, because when you say 5K, people be like, "Girl, 5K? How many miles is a 5K?" 3.1 miles. It's only 3 miles.
Yes.
Yep. It's 3.1.
And a lot of them walked in. They walked in / run.
Yeah. So it's
and see, that's what I like. Yeah, I like that, because I think a lot of people are afraid of this stuff because they just don't know what it means. I'm going to run a 5K. I mean, that sounds like you really running 5,000 miles. You'd be like, I can't do it. But really, it's 3 miles. You can do it. Break it down to the smallest element for people. Make it simple. Give them a short little book. Give them some things that they can do in their office. These are the things that we really need, because you know, first and foremost, it's the fear of the unknown. You know, I don't know what it's like to work out with a trainer. I don't have the money, I don't blah, blah, blah. But really, at the end of the day, this is just about the fear of the unknown. And once we remove all of the unknown, okay, this was going to be, it's going to be 2 hours on a Sunday, and you're going to do 3 miles, blah, blah. You're going to go in this book, you're going to do some chair workouts. Once you get all of that stuff out the way, there's no more excuses. It's just time to go get it done. So I like it. I like it a lot. That's awesome.
Right. So today, now our workout is typically just 45 minutes, but we did a special 2-hour workout today.
Oh.
And
did you say it's only 45 minutes?
Yes, it's only 45.
There's a lot of
love it.
Yes.
45 minutes.
And the way I train, I can adapt to anybody's level of fitness. So no matter what level you're at, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, I fit the workout to fit your level, your fitness level.
Right. Okay.
And sometimes I have, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in class, but I'm able to modify the exercise to fit your level of fitness. So it doesn't matter what level you are, just come as you are.
Right. And I think a lot of things, when people hear boot camp, they get intimidated by that. So a lot of boot camps, you do have the trainers that in your face yelling, and you have to do all these crazy things. Yeah, you do crazy things with Walter, but it's not like he's in your face. It's I don't know, he kind of manipulates you in a way, but it's not like in a mean way, It's like he's coercing you to do it, and you do it, but it's good because you don't feel pressure. You don't feel like you can't do it.
We talked about creating a fitness lifestyle, so I won't ask that again. So let's talk about, help us break down specifically, but briefly, how the small changes in the exercise regimen can improve the way that we feel. Because I know it can improve the way that we look, but how can it improve the way that we feel?
So the first thing you want to do is get moving. So it helps get the endorphins going. It's going to help you think clearer.
Okay.
You'll start to see small changes in your body. I think some folks get started and they're expecting to see dramatic difference in 1 or 2 days, but it takes time to build up to that. So you start with small changes, such as, okay, you make a commitment, say, all right, it's going to be difficult for me to work out 5 days a week right now. So maybe I'll just start with 3 for just 15 minutes. So you make a commitment, put it on your calendar and say, I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier than what I normally do.
Okay.
And I'm just going to walk for 15 minutes. Or I'm just going to get up for 15 minutes and do crunches, do something just to get going. Something easy, something realistic.
Right.
So you start off the first week, you put it on your calendar. I'm working out for 3 days a week for 15 minutes. Okay, so you were successful. You're not expecting to see any dramatic difference. You're just trying to get some results, get some energy going, make some positive changes, build up some positive habits. Then the second week, you say, all right, I'm going to go for 20 minutes 3 days a week, or I'm going to go for 20 minutes 4 days a week.
Okay.
Second week. And then maybe the third week, you say, all right, now I feel like I'm being consistent with the exercise. Let me make some small changes in my eating habits. Okay. All right, so instead of me eating, 10, 11 o'clock at night, I'm going to cut off my eating 3 hours before bed. Okay. So I'm not going to dramatically change everything I eat. I'm just going to make this small change where I'm just going to cut off my meals early. Okay. So that's the third week. Then the fourth week, you may say, all right, so I'm being consistent with exercise 4 days. I'm going to add a 5th day. And then I'm also cutting off my meals 3 days, 3 hours before bed. The fourth week, all right, I'm going to make sure I eat a healthy breakfast. So you just every week you just make a small change in your habits. Try to practice some healthy habits.
Right. And so after that, small changes lead to big things. And after a while, before you know it, you have a healthy lifestyle. And I know that personally for me, I think it was around 2007, when I had, gotten to a point where I was like, okay, I got to lose some weight. And I worked out with a personal trainer back then. And the big thing with him too was, okay, here's, you know, the workout plan, but here's what your eating plan is. And I'll tell you, you know, at that time, my kids were smaller, which my kids are grown now, but we were doing football, we were doing baseball, we were doing basketball, team mom, the coach. So we had that lifestyle, and we were eating out, you know, stopping at Wendy's on the way home, all of those things that, you know, we knew it wasn't the right thing to do, but because of the busy lifestyle we were doing it. And the biggest thing, and that was 11 years ago, but the biggest thing is, you know, he changed that way that we ate. And, you know, even now, 11 years later, I don't eat out, you know, as much as I did back then. You'll barely ever see me eating out. I think I'll probably I don't even think I eat out once a week anymore. And that was from a change that I made 11 years ago. And so, you know, once you get in the habit of doing this stuff, some people say 30 days makes a habit. Some people say 21. I don't know. But a habit is a habit. If you keep doing this stuff, you just make small changes, like Walter said, a little bit here. You don't have to like be going all these diets and all these like things that they have on TV, all this craziness. You just have to make small changes here and there, and to make a commitment to yourself that I'm important, I'm worth it, I want to feel better, I want to look better. So these are the small changes that I can make, you know, in order to get that done. So I really like that.
And I was just going to say, like what you had said, making a small change and seeing how you stuck with it from 11 years ago, that's the key to all of this, because no-fat diets is going to get you where you want to be for a long period of time. So yeah, you're going to lose weight quickly, but you're also going to gain it back. So with doing a lifestyle change, basically, that's what it is. So cutting out little things here and there. I was drinking Pepsi every day because I thought I needed it every day. I mean, that would be my wake-up drink, you know?
Right.
And it's like, okay, I cut that out. And now I don't even, if I have a Pepsi, I'm just like, I can't even finish it. So it's just like small changes like that. And the same thing with breakfast. Like, I didn't eat breakfast. I'd get up and go because I had enough time to get kids out the door. But that's the most important meal of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So just changes of that, and eating and snacks, lunch, and then snacks again and dinner. I mean, those small changes is what's going to keep it over a lifetime.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. I like it. So now a couple more questions, and I have Kadira. So we got about 9 minutes left. So I want to get Kadira's questions in, and I'll touch on, Kadira wanted to know about strength training. Kadira, I'm going to unmute you so that you can ask Walter the question that you have about strength training.
Okay. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Walter. Nice to virtually meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm going to get real short, 30 seconds. So about 5 years ago, I started working out, changing my lifestyle, my diet. So I can relate to all of this. My question I have for you, and I don't work out by myself. I do group classes at a gym. My question is strength training. When I do strength training, it's a full body. We do all major muscle groups. Question is, how many days should I wait before I do it again? Is it 2 days? Is it 3 days? How long do you generally wait before you work the same muscle groups again?
So you never want to work the same muscle group 2 days in a row, because because the muscle breaks down and it has to repair itself. And if you do the same muscle 2 days in a row, you're setting yourself up for injury. So you want to give 1 day in between. So if you work the legs on Monday, using weights, I'm talking about. If you're just using body weight, you can do lunges 2 days in a row. But if you're adding weight or any type of resistance, so let's say if you did squats on Mondays with weights, you want to try it again on Wednesday. You don't want to do it Monday and Tuesday. So you want to give you a day of a break in between. So you never want to do 2 days in a row.
Okay, so wait at least 2 days before I work the same muscles again with weight.
Right.
Okay, perfect.
So that's a really good question. And so that you talked about strength training and cardio, so you kind of mix it up.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, well, with cardio, you can do that almost every day, actually.
Okay.
If you're just starting out, I would say do cardio, give yourself at least 1 day of rest to recover. So the routine I recommend people to do when they're starting out, maybe 2 days of resistance training, like full body resistance training, where you're hitting all the muscle groups, like maybe you're doing full body resistance training on Monday and then again on Wednesday, but you're doing cardio, whether that's walking, jogging, biking, you want to do that about 5 days at a minimum. But if you're just starting out, 3 days of, if you're not motivated, you want to get going I say at least 3 days, but 5 days is optimal. 6 days, you really going to transform. So that's what I'm thinking.
All right, perfect. All right, so let me see. We talked about the chair workouts in the book, which are awesome because for those of you who don't know, I've got a broken ankle right now. So the chair workouts are working perfectly for me. So are there any other tips before we go here? Are there any other tips that you would like to share out of the book that people can do real quick?
Sure. I think the one critical one is the 85%, 15% healthy eating rule. Because I know we all like to have our cheat meal. So if you want to see some results, but you still want to cheat a little bit, you want to eat healthy 85% of the time and have 15% of your meals for the week can be unhealthy. So for example, let's say you eat 3 meals a day. 3 meals times 7 days is 21 meals in a week. So 15% of those items you can have unhealthy. So 15%, if you multiply 0.15 times 21, that's going to give you 3.15, something like that. So that means 3 items out of the week, you're going to have a cheat item, whether that's a glass of wine or 3 glasses of wine, a glass of wine, a slice of cheesecake, and some French fries. So if you follow that pattern every week, but everything else is healthy, you should still be able to see fitness results. I mean, lose weight.
I like that. So for me, it would be 2 glasses of wine and 1 piece of cheesecake.
Okay, there you go. But again, some people might eat 4 times a day. So if it's 4 times a day, then you multiply that 15% times. If it's 4 times, that's 28 meals in a week. So it'd be 15% times 28 meals.
Okay, I like it. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, and that's real stuff. That's why I like this Grown Sexy Sistahs Talk for real women and real talk, because that's real stuff. So, a lot of times people think if they're working out that they got to completely cut out all the good stuff. And then if you do that, then it's less likely for you to keep it up. So that's good stuff, Walter. That's really good stuff. So before we hang up here, I just want to thank you so much. Thank you for your beautiful wife, Cece, for jumping on and letting us know from a woman's perspective how that worked out. I want to thank Kadira for her amazing question that she asked. I'll be sending you a couple more questions from Kadira because she had a couple more that we weren't able to get to today. So before we hang up here, tell the people where they can find you.
Okay, just go to walterlewisfitness.com. They can find all the programs that I have. I do boot camp. I have a virtual program. I do personal training. For those who have schedule issues where they can't meet me for training, they can just sign up for my virtual training. It is $99 for a month. And you get a customized workout program, a meal plan. We do a group motivation call to get you motivated. And then you'll have access to my app where you're able to access your workout program. Okay. So it's just like me at your place training with you. So when you open up the app, you'll see the exercise that you're supposed to do.
All right, I like it. That sounds like no excuses to me, Walter. No excuses. I love it. So thank you so much for joining. You guys can check me out if you want to see what kind of things I'm doing. We're going to be doing some more stuff with Walter in the future. And so if you want to check me out, you can always hit my website at www.grownsexysistah.com. And much love. Be blessed. Stay grown and sexy. Thank you so much, Walter. I appreciate you. Much love, brother.
You're welcome. Can I leave you with one tip before you close?
Of course. One more tip. I got it.
Okay. All right. So the last thing I want to remind everybody, to get motivated to exercise, they got to know what their why is to get help.
Oh, yes.
Find out what your why is. Once you can figure that out, it's got to be compelling. It's got to be beyond just getting ready for a vacation. Once they figure that out, that'll get them going.
I like it. And I forgot to tell the people, this is only part 1 because we love Walter and what he's doing so much. We're going to do a part 2. This is session 1. So Session 1 is just about the fitness part, but Walter is going to help us with the nutrition stuff too, because it goes hand in hand. We need to know both of these things. So be on the lookout for Walter Lewis Fitness Solutions Part 2. We're going to talk about the nutrition part of it. Make sure you guys have all y'all questions together. You can send them to me at www.grownsexysistah.com. You can fill out that contact form on the bottom, or you can email me, grownsexysistah@gmail.com. Walter, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to our next CC.
Yes.
Girl.
Bye.
I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.